Hi, I'm Jill from June Taylor with another innovative solution. Did you ever want to join your quilt blocks that are made Quilt as you go? Now we have a perfect way to do that with our Sash and a Dash. It's pre-sewn sashing. It's sold by the yard in 7 colors with matching binding. Open the casing and nest your quilt block inside the casing. And then we're just going to run a top stitch down the edge. Take your next block, open the casing, and just do the same thing. To join rows, we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to run our Sash and a Dash across the row. You can run a beautiful embroidery stitch down here to embellish Sash and a Dash, or you can even put a strip of fabric down here. Here's an example where we added a fabric strip by folding under raw edges and top stitching over Sash and a Dash. And if you like to make t-shirt quilts, go ahead and quilt your blocks and then join them with Sash and a Dash.
Let the name put you off. The Go Turkey Giblets block on board, or Bob die, creates a stunning classic quilt block that you're sure to love. This block looks complicated to create, but the Turkey Giblets die has all the pieces for this block on just one die board, making short work of cutting the 12-inch finished block in just one pass through a Go or Go Big fabric cutter. Specialized dog ears and screen-printed letters on the die make it simple to keep track of your pieces while you chain piece. Traditionally, this block is created with just 2 colors to let the design shine. But don't stop there. Get creative with your color placement to see what other looks you can create. You can also pair this die with the Go Cube sets and 12-inch setting triangles. You're sure to be amazed at how quickly and easily your blocks will come together to create projects like throw quilts, table runners, and wall hangings. The Go Turkey Giblets die will gobble up your scraps in no time, because at AccuQuilt we help you cut time so you can quilt more. It's here! Today it's the time for our show and tell for the classic Go Storm at Sea AQS AccuQuilt-Along.
Stay tuned to see our quilts and others as well.
Hi Quilters, I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, AccuQuilt's creativity expert.
Welcome to our show and tell for our AQS AccuQuilt-Along Go Classic Storm at Sea Throat Quilt.
We've got our quilts here, and we've got some pictures to share of what all of you have been doing with your projects as well.
All right, and let's start with some housekeeping questions that you
Yes.
have here. So be sure to ask any housekeeping questions you have right here, and specific ones about the project on the AQS Quilting Project Parade Facebook page. Eric and I belong, we go in all the time, we answer questions.
Yes, we do. We love seeing what everybody's doing there as well. Now, in case you're just finding this quilt along, it is never too late to join in the fun. We started with an introduction of this project, both in our blog and on our show, back on September 18th, and started working on the quilt on October 2nd.
You can find all of the blog posts about the Go Classic Storm at Sea Throw Quilt by going to AccuQuilt.com under the Discover tab. All of our shows are recorded and available for you on AccuQuilt.com, our Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. This is our final AQS AccuQuilt-Along for the year. But,
You can find them all the same way.
yep, and maybe next year we might do some.
You never know. So you're going to have to pay attention to see what we're up to for 2025. Wow.
I
That
know, it's
sounds
hard.
like a
So
really
far
long
away,
time away.
so far away.
Now, because we want everyone to be able to participate in these projects, each introductory blog also has traditional rotary cutting directions that are put together for us by our friends at AQS in case you don't have the die or an AccuQuilt Go Cutter in your life yet.
Yeah, and if you don't have a Go Cutter, find a local AccuQuilt retailer.
Yeah.
Go get a demo.
And they'll show you how it works. Now, this pattern that we use for this one is brand new, and it was written by our own Pam Heller just for AccuQuilt for this quilt along. And it uses the Go Storm at Sea block on board or bob die with single sashing blocks.
Right. Now, Quilter's Storm at Sea is a classic block, and it certainly has been on my quilting bucket list for quite some time. So I was really just excited that we took it as part of our quilt along.
Yes.
Now, we have a variety of other Storm at Sea patterns available at AccuQuilt.com as well. Some of these use double sashing, and some are made with cubes. The important difference is the ones made with the Go Cube create a diamond shape by sewing together two triangle and a square units made with the cube and companion angles. So let me show you what I'm talking
So they're
about.
going to be seamed, right?
Right.
'Kay.
So when we talk about sashing, this is single sashing. Sometimes they have these two right here, and that's double sashing. And on the Storm at Sea die, this is a solid piece. This is a diamond in a rectangle. But if you use the companion angles, it's going to have a seam right here. So you'll have an extra seam.
Now, this pattern is designed for 3 colors, a light, a medium, and a dark. And you can see we kind of went with watery green and blue colors in the one behind us, and I went with blues.
Because she's in her phase.
Yes, because I'm in a phase. But some of you really thought outside of the box here. So let's take a look at some of those pictures. Now, Jo Marie H. used just 2 colors in hers. And look how
Super
different it
cute.
looks.
It does, and I like the fact that they were such good contrasting colors.
Yes, and with this, I really see the secondary designs are kind of popping, but I'm seeing that heart more.
Yes, in the center. All right, next we have Janet H. And look at her colors. She used a bunch of K fabrics, and it was super, super scrappy.
So I want to see that when she
Yeah,
gets
be
done
sure
with
and
it.
show us.
Janet, we want to see that one.
This is so fun.
This was Sandy N, and I love the shark fabric. Do you not need shark fabric for a Storm at Sea?
You do.
I mean, it was so perfect.
I thought that was clever. All right. Now, quilters on our show, we talked about organizing your pieces when you cut your quilts as well. I tend to use plastic zippy bags, but Erica's always looking for something new.
I do. I tend to use baskets a lot, you know, the small
Yeah.
plastic ones that you get at the dollar type stores, but I've discovered using plastic trays.
Yes.
I've even been known to use baking dishes when necessary, but you can go to your local dollar type store. I kept my baskets on a tray, and that way I could just pick up and move my project from cutting to sewing when I was changing projects. It was kind of, it worked well.
It worked well, and one of our shows is dedicated to just cutting and organizing, but look what Trish P did. So Erica, she followed your good thing.
Yes.
She used like aluminum, you can get them at the dollar store, and they're loaf pans.
Right, baking dishes, and then she just put in a little sticky note that said what the pieces
Yeah.
were. Very clever, very clever. I loved this. Now this was Lynn G, and I don't know if you can tell, but she's got cute little clothespins that she's used to pin her pieces together, and they have letters on them.
Okay, and Lynn, we want to know, did you add the letters or did you find pins with letters?
Yes,
Clothespins
those
with letters?
clothespins with letters.
Because those are super cute. We
But
need some of those.
I have to say, after seeing this, I got some plain old clothespins and just used a marker to write letters on
Oh,
them.
that's a good idea.
They work, but they're not near as cute as this.
Yeah. All right, quilters, over the last month we have heard from so many of you that making a Storm at Sea project was something that had been on your quilting to-do list, just like the two of us. And we've seen so many of you using the Go Storm at Sea block on board die like we've done, but we've also seen some really great variations.
That's right. Now, we talked about the pattern using the single sashing blocks, but I know some of you wanted to go with the double sashing.
Right.
So here's an example of one by Wendy A.
Yeah, look at this. So it goes all the way around the block. Look
So
at
when
how-
you put that sashing on all four sides instead of just two of them, it doubles up when you put the blocks together, and that's why we call it double sashing.
Right. And we also saw some of you opting to use your Go Cube system. And again, we have patterns available for you at AccuQuilt.com.
That's right. It's a great alternative if you don't have the Go Storm at Sea block on board die. So here's one that used the cube. This one is a
Super
crib-size
cute.
quilt, and this was made by Lisa S. And she's in a blue phase with me.
Yes, and it's darling and a perfect quilt for a baby size.
Yes, really cute.
And we always tell you to make a test block.
And I was so impressed by how many of you made
Yes.
test blocks.
Yes, look at these. This is from Gloria P. And we talk about this all the time. Make a test block, see how it looks. It's just great.
Yep.
So making a test block is super important. And here's a picture that I loved, and we didn't know where to put it on the show, so I'm just putting it here. Okay, this is Jeannie W., and her caption read, "Chain piecing for days with a view." So one, kudos to you for chain piecing for day, because we love to say that.
Yes.
But look, she's overlooking her little farm, and there's a barn, and
You can see the fall colors in
it's
the distance.
beautiful.
It's just a fabulous picture. I would love sewing there. We should go join her
we should go
someday.
join her and have a view when we sew.
That's right.
We've also seen some of you playing with color like we saw earlier in the two-color version. But here are some other takes on the design. First, this is Fiona E. Fiona, okay, I have to say kudos to you.
Yes.
Because making that gold star in the corner, and it was super, I looked to see how she made that. And she just added that yellow to the corners, and then the center block was not the square and a square and a square, it was just a
solid.
square.
Yeah.
So think about that, because you can totally change things up.
And I love that it's asymmetrical like that.
Man. I love how quilters are super smart and figure stuff like that out.
I know.
Okay.
So both color and color placement can change the whole design.
Right.
And Bonnie Y shared pictures, and she may have started this before our quilt-along even.
I think she did.
I think she did. But let's take a look at the front and the back of hers. So this was made as a wedding gift for her granddaughter. So I'm guessing that's her granddaughter and her new grandson. And that is, you can see the hearts on the front, and then she showed the back too, because she did a panel for the back with the heart, and I really love that.
Somewhere in all of my samples, there is a heart quilt and an alien quilt.
And an alien
block.
quilt.
And
yes.
I'll find them and post them on the AQS Project Parade Facebook.
Yes, and oh, please do.
Okay. All right, then some of you had the holidays in mind.
Oh, that's
Tatiana. Okay, Tatiana, we love this one.
We do.
My gosh, because that hot chili pepper red batik and
it
the
is
green,
yummy.
it is so lovely.
Yeah.
It is so lovely.
That is just really pretty.
And look at this.
Now, this is what Marty C. was starting with. And Marty, you are really onto something, but I didn't see a picture of any of your blocks show up. So I want to see pictures of your blocks, because I love those. And I think that's a gold metallic that's woven through there.
Super pretty.
So let's take a look at some more quilts that are really personalized. And we're going to start with Brenda E.
Okay, in the South, this is a huge thing.
Yes.
Crown Royal bags, right?
Crown Royal bags.
And
so
she's
been collecting them, and she fussy cut the front. It was just the right size to fit in that center square, and then she used the other fabric from the bags for the other pieces. It's genius. It's wonderful upcycling, and it's really stunning looking.
Yeah.
How fun.
And look at this one. This has the NFL Saints on her long arm.
Yes.
With her Storm at Sea.
So I've got a neighbor who's a big Saints fan.
New Orleans.
Yeah,
big
LSU and
there.
the Saints, yeah. They've
Okay.
got 2 flags in the front of their house. So this is one that Karen W., this is her EQ8 design that she
Yeah.
was working with. So she incorporated the snail's trail blocks in this. Isn't that fun?
Which you see a lot. There's a lot of patterns you can just Google, and it has that snail's trail because it creates that look like of a wave.
And there's one, oh gosh, what's it called? Shakespeare in the Park.
Oh, yes.
I always remember the name because of what it is. But so there's lots of patterns out there, but I like what she designed there.
Now, not all of our quilters went with blues and greens like I did for the original, but KR, she did some first time with some purple.
And she liked it, and I was so proud of her.
Yes.
You know how I love purple.
And then Michelle did purple and green. This one was super fun.
It
I
really
like
was.
those. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what to do with patterned fabric that has big patterns on
Right,
it. And this
right.
was a good because it makes a nice big
And just
block.
having the one floral really emphasizes it, and then the complementary colors for the other two. I love that one.
All right, Debbie R., red, black, and white.
So-
here in Nebraska, we say go Huskers
Yes.
or go Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yes. They have gold.
Do they not
the
have
Chiefs.
black?
The Chiefs have red and gold.
Okay, there we go.
So, but this is just such a modern look for this
Yeah.
classic block. You know, that's what I really
Like it
love
a lot.
about quilts. This is a classic block, but
Mm-hmm.
it looks so fresh and new and different this way.
Okay.
Well, so many of you had such wonderful pictures, and we had a couple of more we just had to include here, starting
This
with
one.
this stunning quilt. This is Tina V.
Tina V, man, kudos to you. I saw this one and thought, man, what a great use of like batiks and just that flowing colors.
Yeah, the colors really flow on this.
Yeah.
And then Shelly S. made one. Now, this is a gift. I hope we're not letting the cat out of the bag, but this is the gift.
Well, we are now.
We are now. For a military couple. Is that not perfect?
So pretty.
And it's all red, white, and blue, but it's scrappy red, white, and blue.
And how she laid it out is different, right? It's the star in the
Right.
center and it echoes throughout.
Yes, and so it makes, like, it's just wonderful.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. Before we wrap up our show and show you our finished quilts, do we have a
Yes.
section for us to show our
I think
quilts?
so. We better.
We better.
We're going to show them anyway.
We are. Let's announce the winner of today's giveaway.
Oh, let's do that. All right, the lucky winner of $100 in AccuQuilt reward points is, drum roll please, Robin R. from Sparks, Nevada. Congratulations.
Robin, I have already put that on your account attached to the email that you submitted.
Look at her, she's so organized.
Sometimes it happens. Okay, are we ready for our big reveal?
I'm thinking it's coming up.
Okay. Don't forget, we have plenty of special offers available for you on our website. This month's die to try is
The turkey giblets, 12-inch finished block. Funny name for a great block.
yes. And because it's the die to try, it's only available for the month of October or while supplies last, and only from us or your local AccuQuilt retailer. But as they say, that isn't all. Hold, please.
That's right. If you don't have them yet, be sure to pick up the new Go Bucket Hat die and the new Go Quilted Trucker Hat die by our friend Chris Marchini. Oh, and don't forget to join the new APQ Go Die Friendly Quilt-Along by designer Lori Miller. It's called Gem Tones. The first block, called Ruby, can be found in the October 2024 edition that's on sale now.
And don't forget, Erica is going to Quilt Market. I am going to Quilt Festival. If you're going to be in Houston on Halloween, you will find me in my witch's hat giving out candy at the AccuQuilt booth.
That's right. Okay, now,
Okay.
show us your quilt, because you're dying to.
So dying to show you this. And it has half a binding on it, which is, we'll talk about
Which is more than sometimes Pam has at this
so
point.
much, but I was really excited about
But
this.
mine isn't even quilted, so I have no room to say.
So just in time for Halloween.
I love it. But
It's
you know what I love is they're Halloween colors, but they're fall colors.
Yes.
So this is going to be able to stay out all through October and November, no
Yes.
problem.
Yes, well, for sure.
For
and
sure.
then Look here.
All right.
Wait.
Oh,
Ron, spider webs.
Spider webs.
Quilted. And, you ready?
are you making a flange?
I made a flange binding.
I love that.
So you use 2 sizes of strips, 1.5 and 1 3/4. You're going to sew it flange side down, press it away, fold it over, and then stitch in that little ditch.
Love it.
It's going to be great. And I'm actually going to use kind of this goldy thread that Ron used
I think you should.
for my thing.
I think you should.
So I'm just super excited about it, that it has a binding on it.
All right, well, here is mine, which is not quilted yet. I'm heading up to the quilter to find some backing fabric after the show.
Here, I'm going to hold it for you.
And I haven't decided on a binding yet. Whether it probably...
Did you not cut your binding before you?
I didn't, because I couldn't decide which blue I wanted. I
always
know, I
gives me a hard
violated my
time.
own rule.
She does. But Erica gets extra points because it's cringe.
Yes.
So we don't care.
Yes. So that's mine in my blue phase. But, you know, I love that teal. I made another quilt with it. My grandson took it. So now I have a quilt with that teal color.
Well, and maybe you want to find like a patterned back.
I may.
Yeah, I
Or
don't know.
maybe something fuzzy.
Oh, there we go. All right. I need to go figure out my next project. And Erica needs to go to the quilter to find backing for her Go Classic Storm at Sea quilt.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching. To learn more about your quilting craft, be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday. You can check out the events page on the AccuQuilt website for more details on upcoming shows. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, visit our blog for exclusive tutorials filled with tips and tricks. And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more.
Join us back here on Tuesday, November 5th at noon Central Time when we'll be introducing November's Die to Try.
And we're taking next Wednesday off as Chris and I are headed to Houston for the International Quilt Festival, but we'll be back on Wednesday, November 6th, talking about the new Die to Try.